Good morning, ladies. Welcome back. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday. Welcome to day 11 of our Homemaker Tips video series. And today's topic is 10 homeschool lessons I learned over 5 years as a homeschool mom. So I'm going to make it quick because 10 lessons could go on forever. And I just want to give you my top 10 lessons, and then we'll talk about another homeschool topic tomorrow. So just so you know, this week is going to be about homeschooling and parenting. So if you don't really have kids or you don't homeschool, this may not apply to you. If you're curious about homeschooling and stuff, you could watch. It may be a little bit loud because my kids are not in bed yet. I'm trying to get this done early. And I make them the night before. So here we go. Number one lesson that I've learned is I don't have to have a degree to teach my child. Just because a teacher has a degree does not make them better than me or more qualified to teach my child. I've gone back and forth with people over the years about that. And I am doing a fantastic job. And I have a 11-year-old who is testing above his grade level on so many subjects. So I think I'm pretty qualified. Okay, number two, before you start your homeschooling journey, or if you're in your homeschooling journey, it's very important to know why you're homeschooling. Right now, what's happening in our nation is because the education system is kind of not to everybody's standards or not high standards. A lot of people are considering homeschooling as an alternative. But what's not being said is you can't just do it because it's popular, because you will quit. I guarantee you will quit. So you have to have a strong why, and you have to know why you're going against the grain of the traditional school system when you put your kids. Like we all grew up, most of the people I know grew up traditionally educated in schools. So when you go against that grain, you got to know why you're doing it, because people are going to question you, and you don't want to be like, because my friend did it. No, you want to know why you're doing it, okay? Number three, when moving along in your homeschool journey, do what's best for your family, not for others, okay? For example, we have 6 people in our family. Field trips, trips to other places, classes and sports and all that stuff that has you running around, that's not best for our family. What's best for our family is as much home-based stuff as possible. Play dates at home, activities at home. Anything we do as a family unit. There is no dropping this one off at ball and dropping this one off at karate and no. That's not best for us. We tried that one season, and that's why I'm telling you, it literally ran us ragged, and it's not healthy as a parent. So do what's best for your family. And as a homeschooler, what you're going to find is, especially in Homa, our homeschool group is so active that you literally could be doing something every single day and not even homeschooling your kid. You could count all the field trips as education and not be getting the regular traditional school stuff that you do with your child that they learn in real school, right? So you want to make sure that if you do these field trips, that they're good for your family and not just, well, my friend's going with her kid and I want to go. Make sure you know why you're doing what you're doing when you plan your outings, when you plan what each kid gets involved in. Yes. Okay. Number 4, ditch perfection. Okay. Ditch perfection. We're going to want to feel like, okay, for me, Gavin had a wonderful first grade teacher. Her name was Miss Sandy. She was amazing. And when I first started homeschooling, I thought I had to do things like Miss Sandy. I thought I had to be Miss Sandy and act like a teacher like Miss Sandy, and I don't. Miss Sandy to me was perfect. Well, you know what? Ditch perfection. I'm not Miss Sandy. I'm the mommy first. Miss Sandy was the teacher first. That's not how we run. So make sure you know that you don't have to be perfect. You can stay in your pajamas if you want to. You can say you're starting at 7 and not start till 9. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect every day. Number 5, don't be bullied by people who don't know about homeschooling or the law, especially the school system. Know your rights. Small example. You can take your child out of school without notifying anybody but the school board and the school principal or whoever's at the school. You don't have to give a letter. You don't have to go sign your kid out. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You have to register with the state through online. You have to call the school board so they can know to remove your kid from their list, and you have to call your school so the teacher doesn't go crazy wondering where her child is. And even that is not even law. The school board's job is to let them know. So know your rights, because some schools have a way of bullying, saying you can't do that because we're about to do testing. Or you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that right now or in the middle of a school year. You can put your kid out whenever you feel is right. Know your rights, okay? You can know your rights by going to, let's see if I can get this right. HSDLA, Homeschool Legal Defense Association. That's where you get all the rights. They have state stuff. You can learn about your state. I would highly recommend if you're homeschooling, that's where you go to learn about your rights. HSDLA, Homeschool Legal Defense Association. Okay, moving on. Number 6, join Facebook groups and groups about homeschooling for support. That's what they're there for, and they're awesome for information and knowing other homeschool families in your area. Number 7, year 1 is called survival. So this is year 1 for you, sister. Namaste. Because year 1 we titled survival because you're learning how to take your kid out of something that they've known and bring them into something that they don't know, and you're going to get some kickback. So understand that it is going to take time, longer than 2 weeks. Like I'll treat you for the workouts, longer. Kids need to demode out of traditional school settings. And you will get, my teacher didn't do it that way. We're demoting. We're doing it our way. So know that year 1, every homeschool mama I know has titled year 1 survival. Just survive. If you can make it through year 1 and not quit, you're fine. All right. Number 8, it's okay to create time to be mom and kid instead of teacher and student. If you're struggling in math and you're like you remember what it was like when you were doing homework with them, and you're like, you're going to sit at this table and you're going to do these 10 math problems. No, homeschool doesn't have to be that way. You're like, you know what? You struggling with math today? All right, close the books. Let's go get a snack, man. You have the freedom to do that. You're not going to have anybody calling you and saying, hey, why didn't they do their homework? No, that's your job now. You get to really be mom. So many times my kid struggles with math, and I'm like, you know what? You need a break. You're having a meltdown. You need a break. And you know what? I have the freedom to tell him to turn off the school and go. Now, there are days, because he's getting older, that I push him and I make him. But when they're younger, I have 5- and 7-year-old, sometimes we just stop. Because you have the freedom to do that. You don't have to push them so hard. It's okay to be a mom first and enjoy motherhood. And year 1 sometimes makes you feel like you have to be just like their teachers and just like, no, you don't. You don't. You can still be mom and be only mom and be teacher as you're learning, right? Number 9, make a plan and be prepared. Part B, be prepared to go off plan, because that's how it works. Does that make sense? Make a plan and always be prepared, but be prepared to go off the plan, because plans never go like you want them to. So that's number 8. Number 9. I'm sorry, that was number 9. Okay, that was number 9. Number 10, last one. It's a journey unique to every family and child. Don't play comparison games. Everybody homeschools for different reasons. We homeschool for discipleship and Christian reasons, right? And other people in our homeschool group homeschool because their kid's been expelled out of every school and they have no choice. There's a huge spectrum. Some people homeschool because they don't want their kids around other kids because they get bullied. Some people homeschool because they don't like Common Core. You just never know. So when you're looking at other people in Facebook groups and other people who homeschool, don't compare your life to theirs. I did that at first. A woman I know has one kid. She homeschools one. It's her only child. So he's involved in everything and gets to do all this fun stuff. Well, I learned very quickly, I'm a mama of 4, and I ain't got the money, time, or energy to do that. So I stopped comparing myself to her because it's not fair. It's not fair to our family to do that. Another thing is every child is different. This took me and my husband a while. And I'm telling you this because I want you to get this as fast as possible. It took us a long time to stop comparing kids in school to our kids. You cannot do that. You can't say, well, little Susie that we used to go to school with is already doing multiplication and you're not even doing multiplication yet. It doesn't work that way in homeschooling. I've got a 7-year-old going on 8 who's not reading yet, but my other child who's older was reading at that time. Every child is different. And homeschooling gives you the freedom and flexibility to let them soar. I have one child who has a learning disability, and he's a little bit delayed, but he would never know that because he's homeschooled. And around here, he's told he's the smartest kid in the world. He's told he's super smart because he can read. He's learning how to read, and he knows how to add. Now, in a regular school, he'd be considered behind. But in our school, he's the smartest kid in the world. In our home. And that makes all the difference. Because when he does start learning, it's going to be an enjoyment. And it's going to be something that he was never compared to. Well, Chloe is reading books by now, and you're not even reading sentences. You wouldn't like it if somebody did that to you, right? So make sure that you don't play comparison games. That was something that took us a long time. And we're finally at a point where we appreciate our kids where they are. So that's my 10 tips. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any homeschool tips of your own that I didn't mention that really worked for you, please feel free to share them because everybody could use more tips in homeschooling. Okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.